Hello. So, you don't know what to do, but you don't like what's going on. Well, there's something you can do. Everybody has a place. Everybody can do something. For content creators, people may criticize them for doing comedy and pretending to ignore the issue. Keep in mind, some people are not brave enough to speak out. So they're going to make content that they're comfortable with making. Even if it has nothing to do with their current events, they're going to make that content. We still need people to help us laugh. We cannot lose our humanity while trying to fight people taking it away from us. So there's going to be people who make content to entertain us, to make us laugh, to maybe write poetry, to make us remember our humanity, those kind of things. If you're doing that, keep doing that. That is enough for your side. We still need art. Don't let art and everything like that be destroyed because you think everybody has to focus on the front lines. Everything is important. This is a mistake that's been made far too often. Be loud, be proud about it. If that's scary, then make the art and put it out anonymously. There are many poets and artists who have done that in multiple fascist regimes, where they have put art out, poetry out, and it's some of the most beautiful writing. This is your time to practice that. This is your time to put out those works and have it there. Put it in places of permanence. Keep hard copies, paper, digital hard copies on USB sticks. A USB stick, these are cheap, you guys. USB sticks are cheap. Get bunches of them. Get good brands, but get bunches of them. Back up everything you care about. Don't let the art be destroyed. As they censor the internet, don't let it be destroyed. You can be an archivist. When they start taking down things like the Internet Wayback Machine and all the archiving, you yourself can start backing up that content. Save everything you can. Movies, pictures, images. Oh, images are pictures, sorry. Everything, just everything, okay? Video clips. If there's content on YouTube that you think might get removed, copy it, back it up. Get external hard drives. Keep that stuff locked up and away. Find secure locations for that stuff. Now is the time to start storing data. Digital copies of the Constitution, physical copies. Thrift stores will be your friend for books and for stuff like the Constitution. I plan on going this weekend to get as many copies of the Constitution as I can find. I've seen them there before. If they don't have them, I will find another way to get them. Get copies of the Constitution as it stands. Check the sourcing of the Constitution, but get that. This is the time to do it. Also, you are less likely to be tracked for buying the Constitution. Copies thereof if you're buying at thrift stores. Generally, thrift stores have a generic ranking for books and stuff. It's not individual down to the title. If that's not your bag, if you don't want to be an archivist, if you don't want to be an artist, then you can be somebody who documents stuff. Write down names, dates, places where things happened. Take pictures, take video. Now is the time to start buying discrete cameras on websites. Also, do not record on your phone. It is not safe to record on your phone. If you have to, then do that. But it is not safe to do right now, and I would advise that you be very careful with that. If you're backing your stuff up, I know some people back up to Google and people don't like that. We're past that, okay? Right or wrong, whatever, we're past that. Look up old-style digital cameras that use SD cards. SD cards are small. They're easy to store. And since the cameras can do up to 1080 on some of those, even 720 is good enough, you need to have video. Old cameras. I have 2 very old digital cameras that I got at thrift. They're usually very cheap. Look on places like eBay for stuff like that. Buy those up. Use the ones that have just AA, AAA batteries. Do not buy ones with specific lithium ions. Get regular batteries to use for those and have the cameras to record. Some of those earlier pocket cams, I'll get you an example. Hold on. All right. Cameras like these. Get cameras like these. These do have specific batteries. I can't find my other ones without, but get these. These have lithium-ion batteries, but you can find ones with AA's. Some of the newer ones started being produced with that. My batteries are still fine in these, but I do have regular analog, or not analog, but AA battery type cameras. Get those. Batteries are cheap, and use those to document. Both of these cameras use SD cards to record to. They're fast enough to do that. They're going to get just enough quality. You can take literally hundreds of photos depending on the size of the card you have. SD card technology has gotten faster and the capacities are pretty large now. So you can take hundreds of photos very quickly. Most of these have a burst mode if they're within the last 10 years. If you're really feeling like you want to become an enthusiast, then you can camouflage yourself. Get you a Nikon DSLR with a non-detachable lens. They're cheaper because the lens doesn't come off and stuff, and the cameras tend to be a little cheaper. Again, you can find those online. I'm not sure the prices right now, but start buying those up. Start getting cameras, start documenting. And again, take down dates, times, addresses, what you saw, why it was there. Start keeping records. And then save all of that information in documents to a USB thumbstick. Reach out to tech people. Find ways to encrypt those pen drives. Encrypt them so that if they do get taken or seized, the worst thing that happens is you lose them and make multiple backups. That's what I would advise. The reason I'm saying all this is because what we need to push for as the people is when all of this is done, when we finally regain control, which we will regain control of everything. It is going to be a hard path there. We need to push for the prosecution of every person that participated. And we need to push to have new laws enacted. We have to be strict like Germany tried to be with their people to prevent these things from happening. Everybody that makes a salute gets documented. Everybody that says a slur in hatred gets documented. Very important. Context is important. Please keep context in mind. Every person that is physically aggressive at someone, every person that appears to be motivated in a certain fashion towards certain groups of people, document that. These people out themselves with their names, so keep that there. They're going to think they're getting away with it. They will not be. We are going to observe and report. I know a lot of people don't like that. I'm autistic and I hate that. I want immediate action now. But that is not the game we're playing here. So get all this information. Their time will come. Even if it gets to a point where we're not normalized and law enforcement isn't able to help, if this ends up in a Civil War type situation, that intel is going to be necessary to help us identify people that did things against people. That's what we're at this point. So keep track of that. To all the people doing other archiving, the price of things, keep track of that. Eggs, all the law changes, everything. Keep track of all of that. We need this history. Do not become complacent and let this become blurred so we forget. The great thing is about all of this, even if TikTok goes away, you can keep recording this stuff and it keeps you more anonymous because now you're not putting it on a platform right now. And we will all have our time to put that information out. Whatever platform ends up coming out after this, that's where we can start posting that information and saying, here's what I observed. Here's what this person did. Here's what happened. Now, I know we'll have to be careful how that's posted, but you guys get the idea. So please do not lose hope. Understand everybody has a place in something they can do. Everybody. If you are braver, remember, most states have on the books laws that protect you from defending other people if you believe that other person's life is in danger. If you truly believe somebody else is in danger and you're willing to put yourself on the line, do so. Check your laws, but do so. I live in Colorado. Colorado has a stand your ground and make my day law. So if someone is being menacing in public, I have the right, and I'm going to say menacing, and I believe it's also threatening. If I suspect that that person is going to harm the other person, I have a right to intervene. Now, the level of intervention depends on the severity of that. I can talk about more of that if you want, but we're running out of time here. But please stay vigilant. Figure out what you can do. If you don't know, ask in the comments, and I will tell you what looks like you can do. Everybody has something they can do. Even the most benign thing can be very important in these types of situations. Look to history to see what people said they wish people had done more. That more people were in places of X, Y, or Z. And find a place for yourself, no matter what it is. We will get through this, but we have to be better than what happened then, way back, and have to be stronger for that. After all, we are Americans. We don't like this kind of thing, and it's at our doorstep. So now we have to take care of it.